And welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have something really exciting. I got a Paper Republic portfolio in the A6 size for Mother's Day as my Mother's Day present from my husband, and I am really excited to set it up. So I just wanted to turn on the camera while I did that. I really don't have a plan, so I hope I, sound coherent and everything. It's in the morning and I normally film in the afternoons, but I've got my coffee. And my husband used to be a barista and is the operations manager for a coffee company. So he made me a very nice coffee this morning, which I'm going to take a sip of now. This actually came like 3 days after I ordered it. My husband did let me order it so that I could get the colors I wanted. And this is I'm going to pop it on the screen because right now I'm forgetting if it's called moss or if it's called olive, but it's the green that I feel like my desk in the morning light is kind of, reflecting, but there you can see the green of it. And it comes with the red band. You maybe could customize this. I just liked it as it was, so can't remember. And then I did it's either called like regular or classic or signatures embossing. So not the gold and not a color, just the regular. And I really think that looks nice. I've seen the gold embossing and I also like that, but this just seemed more subtle and just something that could last me a long time. So I went with just like the regular leather color embossing. And inside are the lovely pockets, which is like the main draw for me for this journal. The size and the pockets are like why I've been dreaming of this journal for over a year. I love my traveler's notebooks, both the passport and the regular size, but A6 size, I've had a suspicion it would be perfect for me based on my love for the passport size traveler's notebook being pretty much perfect, and the hand feel of my traveler's notebook passport size is amazing and I really love it, but it's just a little bit small. And then the standard size traveler's notebook is a bit long and skinny for me, so not as many of the notebooks like lie flat in there, and maybe that's really not with it having to be long and skinny. You can see it came with a blank insert, and this is also the stapled kind of binding that doesn't particularly lie flat unless you have a clip, so that's pretty common. The inserts that don't lie flat is pretty common for traveler type of notebook system that have the elastic bands where you can insert more than one thing. But I don't mind clipping things. It's just when they're like quite large that it starts to become cumbersome. So I'm going to try this insert that came in here, I think, but let me show you what I picked out to put in here. And I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me show you the pockets. I filmed a quick unboxing of this for shorts because I couldn't wait, and so I just did my best to record something. I just wanted to show this to you guys because I'm so excited. But anyway, I don't think I will do a full decorating or anything in here. I don't even know what I want to decorate with yet. I just want to keep it simple, but I want to show you the inserts I'll be putting in and trying out. So everything will be plain because I really am starting fresh with this. And I will do a journal ecosystem update because I have changed things and I just kind of I find myself wanting to explain like why and how and all of that. So I will do an ecosystem update later and catch you up on what I'm currently using. But what I want to put in this notebook, I have 3 journals that I got from JetPens, and they are pretty affordable. I paid about $34 after shipping and everything for all 3 of these, so not super cheap, but you can see this one's pretty thick and this one's a half-year journal. Anyway, it will last me a good while, so I felt like this was a really good price. And first we have here this Midori Commonplace book. So it is meant to be a commonplace, and it has some really nice features that I'll show you. You can see here, it is in the gray color. It comes in a beige color as well. So I'll just show you the back. It comes with a key for you to use in your commonplace, and you can see over here. So I think it might be suggesting you use this like dot pen that comes in 3 colors, which is really great. I don't have that pen, so we'll just do our own thing, or perhaps I will try that pen because I like trying things for you guys. Sorry, the light is making it freak out. Okay, so it says Commonplace book, and it's very minimal. Let's open it. My Jet Pens order took like 1 day longer than the Paper Republic order did, and I was just really pleased. Jet Pens came perfectly timely. I just was really surprised and happy that the Paper Republic shipment came so quickly. Okay, let's take this off, and then on the inside it has suggestions for all these different colors. I obviously cannot read that, but this looks very cool. I might use my phone just to translate it for me. It has examples in the back of the key and then what they wrote, which I think is super helpful. I wanted to try this. I have a little Commonplace in just a pocket-sized moleskin insert in my traveler's notebook, passport size, but I wanted to try in this A6 size, and this I thought was a really cool idea from Midori to do like a key that you can put your key up here in the front, as you can see, and you can put your key on here, and this sits over the page that you're on like a bookmark, and it's double-sided like that. And I thought this was just a really cool idea if you want to do a Commonplace. You definitely don't need to buy something. You can just use any journal, but I just thought the index was really nice. The amount of pages was nice. It has a margin already. Sorry guys, right there. Do you see that margin? And then a dot every so often to help you divide the page if you want. So it's pretty simple and it's numbered, but this only costs, depending on where you get it, and I am obviously in America if you couldn't tell, but so I'm not sure the price for everyone, but it was $5.99 for me, I think, so about $6. I will leave a link to it below if you want to see it. I just thought it was really cool and I wanted to try it out. I just like that it was already kind of pre-set up and it was very affordable and all of that. So it looks like it's a bit bigger than the insert that comes from Paper Republic, which makes sense. I'm going to take it out for now just so I can figure out what I want to do. I'm curious if my traveler's notebook rubber bands will help me put this many inserts in here. I haven't watched any videos on how Paper Republic suggests you add more inserts, but I know from Traveler's Notebook I can put like a rubber band, so I might just do that. And then I got a half-year Stalogy notebook. I've always wanted to try one of these, and I thought a half-year would be a good way to do it, and I really like the compact size of it. It is thinner than I thought it would be, and this is dated, I believe, or at least, obviously has room for half of a year. So let me see. I know loads of people have this, use this Stalogy, so I should probably know this, but this is my first one. So I do know that there are the dates up there tiny that you can circle, so it's technically undated. You circle the date you want, it looks like, but it's meant for half a year. I got this just for daily entries, daily writing. This will be my journal where I just write. I will do some decoration because it's me and I love to decorate and I'm an artist, but I'm trying to go back to the basics of what brought me into journaling years and years ago, which even when I was like 14 and 15, I used to just write loads. I essentially kept a Commonplace. I used to actually listen to sermons that Loki would not recommend the preacher person anymore, but the point is I used to listen to preachers, sermons, whatever, and I would like write down almost word for word everything they said because I was just so interested. So I have loads of notebooks from when I was, I don't know, in like high school-ish, I guess, middle school to high school, where I just wrote down other people's words, sometimes my own thoughts, but it was essentially commonplacing. And I've since definitely commonplaced about other things, and then in the recent years I've commonplaced more purposefully and intentionally. But I just wanted this journal to be what I carry around with me all the time, a little bit bigger than my passport. I'm still going to use that for traveling and different things. We'll see. We'll see if this overtakes my need for the passport traveler's notebook, but I just wanted to get back to some notebooks that I would love to write in. And so my idea for each of these is essentially the layout of them, but also the paper type. So the Commonplace one I will use for commonplacing. This one I'm thinking I will use for, I think, short form writing with a fountain pen on this nice Tomoe River paper. That's what I was thinking for this paper, and I like that it's grid. I kind of prefer grid, and I think I didn't see many other people getting grid papers on the videos I was watching, but I swear before I made videos about journaling, I just did what was intuitive, and now I have like too much input, and I started changing what I was buying or getting because I just wanted to try new things based on what others were using. And then this is me going back to my roots and going back to what I think I have always liked. And so I got a Midori. My only concern with this is that it might be a little too thick for this notebook, but we will just try it out. They're also very affordable, and this is the A6 grid paper, and it's cream paper in Midori's, so that's something I really enjoy is cream paper. So there's the Midori cream paper with like the blue grid, and this, I have a couple ideas. I'm going to use one of these for short form writing and one for long form, I think. But this thicker paper I thought would be good if I did want to like junk journal or put ephemera in here. I'm not going to do anything crazy like in my reading journal. Those journals are like scrapbooks to me, and they're like a fun hobby in and of themselves with all the decorating I do in my gaming journal and my reading journal. This is like going to be my journal where I just write, like I said. But then I think what I'll most likely use this insert for, and I do love Midori's because they lie flat like this. So I love that. I'm going to use this for my photography. I have been itching to get back into photography, and I have been actually getting back into it and taking my camera with me and shooting things. And I think I'm going through a big phase in general right now of just going back to what I used to do and what I used to like. I don't know. It's a whole thing I could get into, but essentially I feel like I've been overthinking a lot of things, including my art and even some of my hobbies, and this is me returning to my roots, and I think I just want to use this to print off printer versions of photos that I like and that I'm thinking about, so nothing crazy. Like, in terms of quality, it won't be for me to reflect on the quality of the image so much as just printing it off, getting it off of the digital landscape and putting it in my journal so I can think about my photos and what they mean to me, why I took them, what I like about them, maybe what I don't like about them, to keep me in the flow of taking photos and just looking at them more often. I think being a photographer has just felt weird growing up in this landscape of social media and like camera phones where everyone has a camera and now AI. But I can't let what technology is doing keep me from pursuing photography that I've always loved and been drawn to, which is mostly like nature photography. I take pictures of clouds, I take pictures of all sorts of plants, I take pictures of even lizards, butterflies, all sorts of things like that, and and I'll intermingle other things like my family and whatnot. But I thought this would be a good place just to print off my photos like I was doing in my standard size traveler's notebook, if you ever saw that. I still print off photos and put them in there, but that insert's almost full, so I was thinking of moving it to here. I think this paper is really nice. It's a little more durable, so I can just slap my photos in here and write about them. So that's what I'm thinking this one will be for my photography. This one will be for essentially for writing. I'm just not sure if it'll be like long form, short form, how quickly I'll move through it, that kind of thing. And this is my Commonplace. So we will see if I'm overstuffing it, but first, let me know how you guys put in your inserts. I'm going to try the traveler's notebook situation and go get a rubber band. So I'll be right back. So when I ordered these a while back for my traveler's notebook, I'm pretty sure I accidentally ordered two. I think I just genuinely thought they were expensive, so I was like, wow, I guess I'll just buy it, but I think I had two in my cart. I don't know. So I have plenty of these, and they're of course like for standard size, so they're a bit big. If you guys have done this before, let me know. I'm gonna try it because I can't get your live feedback. Let me know if this you think will be too loose or another way to attach my notebooks in here. I'm sure I will be looking that up after this. When I tell you I'm really excited to use this and I want to get into using it. Yeah, point being, there'll be a lot of videos to come about this probably. If you guys want to see them, I'm definitely interested in making videos about this new beautiful leather cover. I've already been sniffing it. Yes, sniffing it. If you like leather, you know what I mean. I've actually realized the other day, as I'm going through all of this, kind of returning back to things I used to love and whatnot, I realized I've always loved leather. I asked for a nice leather bag when I was fairly young. I asked for a camera bag that was leather and nice quality and all sorts of stuff like that when I was younger, and I just kind of remembered, oh yeah, you've always loved leather. I don't know. I think this purchase was a little more expensive, so I think I just had moments where I was thinking of, oh, well, you've always loved quality leather. This is worth it. And so far, I've not even, barely used this cover, but it feels worth it. It feels, it's just reminding me of how much I like leather and good quality made leather goods. Okay, let's put this under here. Perhaps I should put the order differently based on the thickness or whatnot. Okay, because this one lies flat more easily, I know I just did that and you saw me do that. The rubber band is a little loose, but hopefully it just won't dig into my pages. We'll see if it stays where I want it to. But after all that, I'm going to move this and swap it with the Stalogy for the location of it. I noticed the knot side came inside the insert that it came with, but I normally put the side that does not have a knot, this part, through my journals, but this side was lower than I'm used to, so I don't know. I just went with the knot side because that's what they had, but I do feel like it's making a bulge in here. So, sorry, I'm obviously learning as I go. I think I'm going to try to move this and do this side if I can. Yeah, I think this should be fine. There we go. And Midori comes with these little stickers, which I think I will use. Oh yeah, I forgot it has this little thing in here. So you can put it on the cover when you're done with it and kind of write the start and finish or whatever from the library of. I think I will most likely use this sticker. I just don't know if I'll put it on the front yet or if I'll put it on an inner page. So I'm just going to put that in there. And there we have my system so far. I'm just still adjusting. The rubber band that's holding the two together is a little loose, but that helps me move it around pretty easily. And yeah, this is what I have so far. It's a bit big because, again, I'm using A6 size instead of like passport size moleskin and stuff, but I think I will really like this. We'll see if I want to get maybe, I might exchange one of the inserts for like a smaller one, but I think for the most part this fits pretty well. I think the cord would maybe dig into these, so let me know your favorite inserts that you use in your Paper Republic. I would genuinely love to know. I'm excited for each of these. I will do my due diligence and see if I should exchange something before I get too far into it, but I'm just so excited to have this. I'm really excited and it smells so good. And I don't have anything yet that I want to put in these covers except for my Mother's Day card for my kids. So I'll probably just put that in here. And I think over time I will add my ginkgo leaf charm to this cord, but I think for now this is just as I want it. And then I want to use either my Pilot Metro pen or this Kaweco Sport I have, but I need to refill the ink and I have not decided the best way to do that. I've looked up how. If you guys don't mind, I know a lot of you know a lot about fountain pens. If you have one of these, could you let me know your favorite ways to refill it? Do you get a converter or do you just buy ink cartridges? Just let me know because I'm not really sure. And I haven't found ink cartridges that I can buy very easily that come in like colors of ink I want. So I'm thinking to find a way to refill it. Just everything I've seen so far, apparently I would only be able to put a very little bit of ink in there because the converter takes up some room, and then once you can fill it, it only puts like a little bit of ink is my understanding, but maybe that's not true. So let me know if you have any tips on how you like to refill your Kaweco pen. And then last thing I wanted to do is just add a pen clip. I've got these leather kinds that came in a pack that I use on my traveler's notebook, and I do like them, but they don't hold very many different sizes. And then I have these little metal ones that are stretchy from Amazon. And just to have the best fit, I would probably put it on the cover of the first notebook. They're a bit, they're pretty tight for pen loops. Or I would put it on the Midori since the Midori sticks out the most right now. Let's do that. It has a clip. I could maybe just clip it to one of the journals as well. Here is what I have so far. If you have a Paper Republic portfolio, do you use the pocket for your pen? I've seen some people do that. I think that would be a bit too chunky on top of my journals for me, but if I don't put as many journals as I have right now in here, maybe I would do that. But yeah, this is what I have so far. Here is my little Paper Republic portfolio set up in the A6 size. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's just flip it open one more time. Here's the Commonplace I'm trying out by Midori in the gray color. I have a grid Midori for my photography journal. Lies nice and flat in here. And then I have a Stalogy for what I've been doing in some other journals is just like a poem or a quote a day. So it can be from something I'm reading or it can be something I write myself, but just a poem or a quote a day to keep me in the reading and writing mentality when it comes to short form writing. I mostly write short form at the moment, just like poems and things like that. Maybe like short little essays. So that's what that's for, and I'm so excited to figure out what I want to put in the pockets, but I'm not rushing it. I just want to sit with it and see what I come across and what feels natural. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this setup, and let me know, again, any tips or tricks for putting inserts in, and if you have a Quaco Sport, how you like to refill it with ink, and I would really appreciate it. I love to share in the community just our favorite journaling things and tips and tricks. So thank you all for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.